Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna. Aarti will start in a minute, so if you can please get up and just come forward. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gaura Nitai ki, Jai Nitai Gaur Premananda. Bhutale Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Svaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gokulananda Shirade. Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram, Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Goranitai, Jaya Goranitai, Goranitai, Jaya Goranitai. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Om Vishnupad Paramsa Parivrajaka Charya Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimadavaj Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Shri Guru Parampara ki Shri Iskon Guru Vrinda ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shat Goswami Prabhu ki Prem se kao Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki Shri Shri Gaura Nitai ki Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki Ganga Maya Yamuna Mai ki Bhaktivedanta Tulsi Maharani ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Yugadama Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. And on Nisimha Pranam, sit down please.
Haya Prahlad Lad Daine Hiranyakashipur Vakshaha Shilatangkara khalaye Ito Narsingha Parida Narsingha Yato Yato Yamitato Narsingha Narsingha Hirdaya Narsingha Narsingha Madim
Sharanam Prapade. Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakha Adbhut Nashinga Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagdish Hare Jai Jagdish Hare Jai Jagdish Hare Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakha Adbhut Nashinga Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagdish Hare Jai Jagdish Hare Jai Jagdish Hare Jayo Nashingadev Jayo Nashingadev Jayo Nashingadev Jayo Nashingadev Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prabhupada Shila Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada Shila Prabhupada Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय अक्षय तृतीय महोत्सव की जय
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So those who've had darshan, if you can carry on staying in here, there will be different devotees will come and do kirtan, but they're serving Mahaprasad in our new Haveli block. You can go take Mahaprasad from there. Also next week on Thursday, the temple will be celebrating the appearance of Srimati Sita Devi, who's on the altar, the consort of Lord Ram. And this Sunday, from 2 p.m. till 9:30 p.m., we will have kirtans, special kirtans. We have 4 very distinguished sadhus who are visiting us. We've got Shivaram Swami, we have Jayadvaita Swami, we have Indrajumna Swami, we have Bhaktivedanta Govinda Swami, and we have Madhav Das, who are visiting us and will be doing very nice kirtans. So if you have some time, please do visit us. Hare Krishna.
Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavansha Sri Rupam Chakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Shadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitanscha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur-Bhakta-Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur-Bhakta-Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur-Bhakta-Vrinda
Hari Hari
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
This is Ilanya. Hare Krishna. Maybe this. What is this? Use it. This Ilanya. This look. There, look. 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 Shivasadi Gora Bhaktavrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gora Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Hare Gopala Hare Prabhu Ji Nadayala Hari Prabhu Ji Nadayala Hari Prabhu Ji Nadayala Hari Prabhu Ji Nadayala Hari Jaya Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe Jaya Sitara Lakshma Hanuman Jaya Sitara Lakshma Hanuman Jaya Goranitai 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 Jaya Goranitai Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Jaya Guru Parampara Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Nitai Gora Haribol 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 Nitai Gora Haribol Haribol Nitai Gora Haribol 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 Nitai Gora Haribol Jai 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 Arrivo Ella, you want to sing Baba Shesha?
I can sing if you play.
I don't know play very well. You know how to play. You can do?
Sì, è finito molto allora. Poi potete
Let me see if I remember.
You remember? It's already I need my phone. I don't know. Talia, can you give me your phone?
I can try to go because I have learned that.
Right? Yeah.
But you chant and I can try to play.
Without the microphone. I can do it without the microphone.
Why?
No. Because I don't know what I'm saying. Vibhava, Vibhavari. It's working? No. It's a sign. It's a sign it's not working. Is it working? Agni.
Oh, but then who is responsible for the I?
I will.
Can you do it?
Maybe. Vibhavari Shasha Aloka Pravesha Nidrachari Uto Jiva Bhagavari Shasha Vibhavari Shasha Aloka Pravesha Nidrachari Uto Jiva Vibhavari Shasha Aloka Pravesha Nidrachari Uto Jiva Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hayagriva Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hayagriva Narasimha Vamana Shri Madhusudana Prajendra Nandana Shyama Narasimha Vamana Shri Madhusudana Prajendra Nandana Shyama Bhutana Gatana Kaitava Satana Jaya Dasharati Rama Bhutana Gatana Kaitava Satana Jaya Dasharati Rama Yashoda Dolala Govinda Gopala Vrindavana Purandara Yashoda Dolala Govinda Gopala Vrindavana Purandara Gopi Priya Janaradhikara Mana Movana Sundara Bara Gopi Priya Janaradhikara Mana Movana Sundara Bara Ravanatha Kara Makhanatha Skara Gopi Jana Vastrahari Makhanatha Skara Gopi Jana Brajrara Kala Gopa Vrinda Pala Chita Hari Vamsidhari Pala Chita Hari Vamsidhari Yogindra Bandana Shri Nandanandana Braja Jana Bhaya Hari Yogindra Bandana Shri Nandanandana Braja Jana Bhaya Hari Navina Nirada Rupa Manohara Mohana Vamshi Vihari Navina Nirada Rupa Manohara Mohana Vamshi Vihari Yashodanandana Kamsani Sudana Nikunjara Savilasi Yashodanandana Kamsani Sudana Nikunjara Savilasi Kadamba Kanana Rasa Parayana Vrinda Vipina Nivasi Kadamba Kanana Rasa Parayana Vrinda Vipina Nivasi Ananda Vadana Primani Ketana Phula Shara Jokata Kama Ananda Vadana Primani Ketana Phula Shara Jokata Kama Gopagana Gana Chita Vinodana Samasta Guna Gana Dama Gopagana Gana Chita Vinodana Samasta Guna Gana Dama Yamuna Jivana Keli Parayana Manasa Chandra Chakora Yamuna Jivana Keli Parayana Manasa Chandra Chakora Namasudara Sageo Krishna Jasa Rakora Chana Manamora Namasudara Sageo Krishna Jasa Rakova Chana Manamora Namasudara Sageo Krishna Jasa Rakova Chana Manamora Namasudara Sageo Krishna Jasa Rakova Chana Manamora Vivavari Shasha Loka Pravesha Nirachari Uta Jiva Vivavari Shasha Loka Pravesha Nirachari Uta Jiva Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Griva Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Griva Murare, Rama Krishna Hayagriva. Hari Hari Mukunda Murare, Rama Krishna Hayagriva. Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Goranitai, 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 Jaya Goranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
The night has come to an end and the light of dawn is entering. O Jiva soul, arise and give up your sleep. Chant the holy name of Lord Hari, who is the giver of liberation, the enemy of the lured demon, the supreme enjoyer, the all-attractive one, and the horse-headed incarnation Hayagriva.
Lord Hari Krishna, incarnated as a half-man, half-lion Narasimha, he appeared as a dwarf Brahmana named Upada and the killer of the Madhu demon. He is the beloved son of the king of Raj, Nanda Maharaj, and he is blackish in complexion. He is the slayer of the Putana witch and the destroyer of the demon Kaitava. All glories to Lord Hari, who appeared as Lord Rama, the son of King Dhritarashtra, Dasharatha.
He is the darling of Mother Yashoda, the giver of pleasure to the cows, land and spiritual senses, and the protector of the cows. He is the lord of the Vrindavan forest, the copy's beloved, the lover of Radhika, and the most beautiful personality in all the world.
As Ramachandra, he brought about the end of the demoniac king Ravana. As Krishna, he stole the older gopis' butter. He stole the younger gopis' clothes while they were bathing in the Yamuna. He is a cowherd boy of Raj and the protector of the cowherd boys. He steals the heart of all and always holds a flute. Five.
Lord Krishna is worshipped by the best of yogis and is the son of Nara. He removes all the fears of the inhabitants of Raja. He is the color of the fresh spring now, and his form his form is enchanting. When he wanders about playing his flute, he looks very charming.
He is the son of Yashoda and the killer of King Kamsa, and he sports in the rasa dance among the groves of Raj. Krishna engages in the rasa dance underneath the Kadamba trees, and he resides in the forest of Vrindavan. Kia.
He increases the ecstasy of his devotees. He is the reservoir of all love and is the transcendental Cupid who uses his flowered arrows to increase the love and desire of the gopis. He is the pleasure of the gopis' hearts and the abode of all wonderful qualities.
Lord Krishna is the life of River Yamuna. He is always absorbed in amorous pastimes, and he is the moon of the gopis' minds, which are like the chakora birds that subsist only upon moonlight. O mind, obey these words of mine, sing the glories of Sri Krishna in the form of these holy names, which are full of nectarian mellows.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Can I do something in your plate?
Yes.
Like what, Raja?
Yes, maybe similar.
Let's see, huh?
If you want,
Oh, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare. Yes, this I love. Krishna, Krishna. You. Oh. Ella, please try.
Please
This
try.
is your opportunity. That's how you learn.
Just like cartoons, important is that there is fire at one moment. It's not important.
Fire.
Yes, you just put intention.
Where is my phone? You just put intention. Blah blah blah.
Semita, not a problem.
Let's go.
I'm so sorry that I don't know how to follow the entire
For this position is not going on. Chaitanya.
And then at one moment you can start to do Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I can help you.
Krishna. How does it start? Hare Krishna. Yeah, I have no voice. Yeah, we can do it without.
harmonium, but then she can do you want to do it without harmonium?
But you need to do cartels then. I can do also cartels. Can I have cartels? You can have it. So which melody? No, do not have a melody. No. Always start with the. I always start with the. Yamuna. How does song start? No. Jayara. Okay. Okay. Jayara. Oh, it's too much. Too low. Too high. Yeah. Jayara Damadava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janava
Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Very loud mic. So we'll be having a Bhagavad Gita class now. So we'll be discussing some topics from the Bhagavad Gita, which is a conversation between Arjuna and Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. It's a very important book to read. So we'll be discussing a few things, and then we'll have some opportunity for some question and answer at the end. Also, this is an open discussion, so feel free to put your hand up, ask questions if you like, and that way we can learn things. There we go. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodhanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodhanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda Shri Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. So as I mentioned, we'll be having discussion on Bhagavad Gita, and it's an open discussion, so feel free to ask questions and put your hands up. We'll keep it interactive. So we'll just say a prayer to invoke some blessings first, and then we'll begin and then we'll start by reciting the prayer. So you can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today's verse is from chapter 9, entitled The Most Confidential Knowledge, and it is text 9. Na chamam tani karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya udasina vadashinam asaktam teshu karmashu nacha mam tani karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya udasina vadasinam asaktam teshu karmashu. Chamam tani karmani asaktam teshu karmashu. Nachamam tani karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya udasina vadasinam asaktam teshu karmasu. So the word for word. Na, never. Cha, also. Mam, me. Tani, all those. Karmani, activities. Nibadnanti, bind. Dhananjaya, O conqueror of riches. Udasinavat, as neutral, asinam, situated, asaktam, without attraction, teshu, for those, karmasu, activities. Translation: O Dhananjaya, all this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached from all these material activities, seated as though neutral. Purport: one should not think in this connection that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no engagement. In his spiritual world, he is always engaged. In the Brahma Samhita 5.6, it is stated, Atma Ramasya tasyasti prakritya na samagamaha. He is always involved in his eternal, blissful, spiritual activities, but he has nothing to do with these material activities. Material activities are being carried on by his different potencies. The Lord is always neutral in the material activities of the created world. This neutrality is mentioned here with the word udasinavat. Although he has control over every minute detail of material activities, he is sitting as if neutral. The example can be given of a high court judge sitting on his bench. By his order, so many things are happening. Someone is being hanged. Someone is being put into jail. Someone is awarded a huge amount of wealth. But still he is neutral. He has nothing to do with all that gain and loss. Similarly, the Lord is always neutral, although he has his hand in every sphere of activity. In the Vedanta Sutra 2.134, it is stated, Vaishamya na grinya na, nirgrinya na. He is not situated in the dualities of this material world. He is transcendental to these dualities. Nor is he attached to the creation and annihilation of this material world. The living entities take their different forms in various species of life according to their past deeds, and the Lord doesn't interfere with them. Srila Prabhupada ki Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utabata Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Argunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So just the translation again. O Dhananjaya, all of this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached from all these material activities, seated as though neutral. Jai. So Hare Krishna everyone, thank you for all being present for this Bhagavad Gita class. It's important that we discuss these topics again and again and again, just that so that we can reinforce our conviction, our faith, and we can deepen our spiritual practices. So I'll keep it open. If you have some questions, feel free to just put your hands up and and jump in, or if you have a correction you'd like to make. That way I can talk less and you can you won't fall asleep. But one reflection I've been having recently is that we should, as much as possible, try to discuss some Krishna conscious topics, and that we should try and spiritualize our dialogue, that we shouldn't become so consumed in talking about the mundane, because it's easy to get engrossed in these kind of things and discussing nonsense topics, because that's what's natural for the mind. Therefore Arjun says, Chanchalam himana Krishna. He says the mind is very turbulent. He said it's very restless and very strong. So the mind will just do what it wants. It will want to speak nonsense topics. It will want to engage in nonsense things. So we have to train our minds as much as we can. So we have to engage our voices, our speech in talking about Krishna conscious topics. In the ashram, we have Ananta Gopal Prabhu here. In the ashram, at lunchtime, Ananta Gopal Prabhu comes and he has something we like to call, all the devotees call it, KC drop-ins, where we try and talk about as much as possible Krishna conscious topics, and he will ask us what the lesson of the day is, or what our realizations are, and it encourages us to speak more about Krishna consciousness. It encourages us to deepen our realizations and deepen our reflections. Therefore, Sonak Rishi, he says to Sutta Goswami, Athavasya padam bojam makaranda liham satam kim anyer asad alaper ayuso yad asad vyayaha. He says, devotees, they're accustomed to licking the honey, be like devotees are used to licking up the honey from the lotus feet of the Lord. So then what is the use of discussing mundane topics, which simply just waste our time? And we know actually that speech and dialogue is directly linked to psychology and consciousness. If we speak devotional topics, if we speak about Krishna consciousness, that will directly affect our consciousness. So as much as we can, we should engage in this kind of thing. We should feed our minds with the right food. And so that's just a personal reminder for myself that I should try as much as possible to discuss Krishna conscious topics and not be so engaged in the mundane. So that's why I took this opportunity to try and say some few words in this class today. And so we're discussing from chapter 9, Most Confidential Knowledge, text 9. And just to give you some context of the Bhagavad Gita, for those that may not be aware, the Bhagavad Gita is just a 5,000-year-old wisdom text that was spoken on a battlefield between Arjuna and Krishna. There were two armies assembled. One army Kauravas and one army the Pandavas. And so Arjuna is on this chariot with Krishna. And he's in a great dilemma. He doesn't want to fight this battle because he can see on the other side of the battlefield are many of his cousins, his friends, his teachers even. And so he's in a great dilemma. He's feeling deep compassion for his relatives. So he calls for Krishna to take the chariot into the middle of the battlefield so that he can... Is everything okay? He tells Krishna to take the chariot into the middle of the battlefield so he can see everything. But there he has a great dilemma. He becomes overwhelmed and he becomes grief-stricken. And he throws his bow down, he starts shaking, he starts quivering, and then he decides he doesn't want to fight. But Krishna says, this is not becoming of a fighter like yourself. You're a Kshatriya, it's your duty to fight. You must do your duty. And so throughout the course of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is speaking to Arjuna and relieving his doubts and trying to teach him the best means of carrying out his duty and the best means of achieving self-realization. So ultimately the Bhagavad Gita is a book of, is to teach us the science of knowing and serving Krishna. And so Krishna speaks to Arjuna and goes through all the different ways of connecting with him. But he ultimately explains that the best means is, of course, Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. And so, if we look at the structure of the Bhagavad Gita, it's split into 3 parts, and it's much like a sandwich, actually. The first 6 chapters describe the living entity as non-material, an eternal spirit soul, and Krishna talks about all the different means of kind of achieving self-realization, jnana yoga, karma yoga, dhyana yoga, and then much like a sandwich, the next 6 chapters, which is like the jammy part, the best part, we find that Krishna then reveals that the best means is through devotional service, through bhakti yoga. And so here Krishna starts describing his different energies, his opulences, and he goes deep into the relationship between the Supreme and the individual soul via devotional service. And he also, in this chapter, he talks about the nature and activities of performing such devotional service, and and why it's the best means of self-realization compared to the aforementioned types of yoga, jnana, karma, dhyana. So ultimately, Krishna explains that the best means is bhakti yoga, devotional service. And so then we find ourselves now today in chapter 9, the devotional service kind of part of the Bhagavad Gita. And this chapter is entitled The Most Confidential Knowledge. And so first Krishna begins the chapter by saying that yes, this knowledge is most confidential. Why? Because it illuminates the true position and function of the soul in relation to the Lord. And then Krishna says a famous verse, Rajaguyam, Rajavidya Rajaguyam. And so this is the king of knowledge. He says, and then Krishna starts to impart knowledge of his inconceivable relationship between the universe and the living entities. So if we kind of rewind back a little bit and go to text 4, in text 4, Krishna establishes what this knowledge is. He says, but by me in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. So what is this knowledge? This knowledge is that this whole universe is pervaded by Krishna in his unmanifest form, and that all beings abide in him, yet I do not abide in them. And so one may ask, well, what's so mysterious and inconceivable about this relationship? And Krishna then says in text 5 that what's mysterious and inconceivable about this relationship is that simultaneously all beings abide in me, or all beings don't abide in me. Although all beings are sustained by me and contained within me, I am not contained in them. I exist beyond them as their source. And so then he, in text 6, gives an example to explain this complex relationship. He says, understand that as the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky, all created beings rest in me. And then in text 7, he says, O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, all material manifestations enter my nature, and at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again. So one may ask, well, if the living beings are acting according to free will, how do they abide in you? Then Krishna says this, well, they are constrained within the boundaries of kala, time. And so that at the end of a kalpa, all the living entities are brought back, and then by my nature again, they're released. So like this, Krishna is establishing different truths, he's answering different questions. And then we come to text 8, and he says, the whole cosmic order is under me. Under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again, and under my will, it is annihilated at the end. So then one may ask, well, aren't such manifestations and manifestations and unmanifestations, just the workings of material nature, well then Krishna again, he relieves that doubt. He says, this whole cosmic order is under me. This nature belongs to me. So everything is according to material. Everything is acting through material nature, but it's I who send forth the multitude of beings again and again through that cycle. So this creation, maintenance, annihilation is all happening according to my will. And then we come to today's verse, where Krishna says, "O Dhananjaya, all this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached from all these material activities, seated as though neutral." So Krishna here is saying, "Nacha mam tani karmani." Tani karmani. So all this karma, all this work which is being done by me, creation, Hare Krishna, creation, maintenance, annihilation, material nature, sending of the living entities into this material nature, all of this work, nibadnanti dhananjaya, it doesn't bind me. And why doesn't it bind me? Because udasina vat ashinam. Udasina means neutral, and udasina vat means I'm seated as if neutral. And then Krishna then says, ashaktam teshu karmashu. He says, I am not attached. So Krishna is saying, udasina vad ashinam. He's detached just like a He is detached just like a judge. So in the purport you'll find Krishna gives this example of a high court judge, that by his order many things are going on, that some people are being hanged, they're being sent to jail, or they're being rewarded huge amounts of payment or wealth. But he is neutral, the judge is neutral. The laws are there in place, but he has Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki. So the laws are there in place. The judge has nothing to do with any gain or loss. The Lord is always neutral, although he has his hand in every sphere of activity. So material nature also has its own system, and it acts according to its system and its laws, and that is under Krishna's supervision. So Krishna doesn't have any personal agenda. He doesn't have any vendetta against us, that you defied me, therefore I'm going to punish you, or you didn't worship me, therefore I'm going to punish you. And sometimes we think like this, right? That, maybe we can close the doors, or I don't know, it's quite loud. I don't know. Maybe sometimes we think like this, right? That I've done something wrong, therefore Krishna is punishing me like this, or I said this bad thing and therefore this is happening. But Krishna has sanctioned it. But that's not the case. There's the law of karma, and Krishna will let that law of karma run its course. So Krishna is saying, I don't become bound because I'm udasina vat. And can Krishna become culpable for the destruction of all the universes? What's the answer? Can he be kind of held accountable for the destruction of all the universes? Yeah? Well, my take was no, that he can't be held culpable because it's all happening because of the law of nature. But then someone could then say, well, he designed that such law of nature. He set up the system, right? So that's what you were thinking. He set up the law of nature, so it's his fault. But then he didn't force us to get in that system, did he? That like the king is not responsible for suffering jailmates. If a king breaks the law and goes to jail, that's his rightful destination, right? It's not the king's fault. Similarly, the king doesn't have a personal vendetta against us, against the one in jail. There's a law, and those who abide it, they are protected, and those who defy it, they go to jail, they go to the correction centers. So similarly, the souls, Now I'll ask the question again. Can Krishna be held accountable for the destruction of all the universes? Can the Krishna be held accountable for us being put in a correction center? What is your answer? Yes again? Well, I'd say no, because similarly the souls therefore again defy God. They choose to be separated from Krishna. We choose to be in this world, and we choose that suffering. So Krishna is saying here that I'm not karmically implicated because he doesn't derive it. He's udasinavat. He's detached. He's therefore na chamam tani karmani. I don't become bound by this. So it's not uncommon that generally when a great calamity happens or takes place in this world, people are quick to blame God, right? They're quick to blame a higher power because they don't know that they actually bring it upon themselves. And so what some people do is they develop an emotional atheism because they experience so much suffering and trauma and challenges. They become puzzled that how can such a loving God, how can such a compassionate God, how can he be so cruel? And then let down by God and angry at God, they emotionally disconnect. So they develop this emotional atheism. And so generally most people think that the enemy is outside of them, right? That the enemy is God, or the enemy is this person. They think that suffering comes from outside. They think that suffering is happening because of some external factor. But actually, the enemy is much closer than we think. Water break. I just had some pizza. So actually, the enemy is closer than we think. It's not some external factor, because God is there and He's causing all my suffering. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there's one great yogi who gives insight into what the true enemy of the self is. He says, Nayam janome sukhaduka hetu na devadatma graha karma kalaha manaparam karanam amananti samsara chakram parivartayadyat. He says that Nayam janome sukhaduka hetur. He says, I thought these people, all of you guys, that you guys were the cause of my suffering. But then, so that's natural, right? People think that this guy's the cause of my suffering. Why is he so rude to me? Why did he look at me like that? Or why didn't he let me play kartals or something like this, right? Or he's so lazy or something like this. Jesse sometimes thinks that of me, don't you, Jesse? But then he said, no, that's wrong. He then said, maybe it's the demigods, Devatatma. Maybe the demigods are causing my suffering, the gods, because they might be conspiring against me. Ultimately, they're in charge, right? They've created this whole material, well, Krishna has created this whole material manifestation, this system, and he is the high court judge. He is conspiring against me, it's his fault. But then again, this yogi says, na deva, not the demigods. Then he says, graha, that maybe it's the planets. Many people are into doing their astrology and they think, the stars aren't aligning, that's why this is happening. My moon is bad, you know? Maybe that's why I'm suffering. But then again, he says, I'm wrong. Then he says, karma, maybe it's my karma. And there's some truth to that ultimately, yeah, we are suffering because of past deeds. But then again, he says, no, not really karma as well. And then kala, he says, in time is the cause of my suffering. Because in due course of time, everyone suffers. It comes to everyone. But then, after going through all this big list of all these different causes, he realizes none of them were the cause of his suffering. He says, Mana param karanam amananti samsara chakram parivartayadyat. The cause of all my suffering is the mind alone. The mind alone is the cause of suffering. Therefore, Krishna says, Chanchalam himana Krishna. That the mind is so turbulent, is so restless, is so strong and obstinate, it's causing me so much problems. And And the Christians, they have the saying, as you sow, so shall you reap. So we feed our mind with so much garbage and nonsense, and watching Netflix and watching YouTube videos and talking about this thing, that thing, and then we're surprised that we suffer. But that's a natural consequence by feeding the mind. So, as this yogi says, it's the mind alone that causes our suffering. And so, as we read the Bhagavad Gita, we gradually become aware of this fact that although Krishna, he's the High Court judge, he has the final ruling. He has created a system, but my sentence is being determined by my own actions. That if I break the laws, then I will be rewarded with a punishment according to that. But really, the bottom line is that Krishna is full of love and he's full of kindness. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada, he said, if you take one step to Krishna, Krishna comes to you, comes forward 10 steps. So therefore, a devotee's reaction to suffering is that rather than seeing that suffering as caused by God, they see that suffering as a reaction of their past deeds, as their past misdeeds, and then they use that suffering as a opportunity to turn to Krishna even more, and to turn to Krishna for forgiveness for those past misdeeds, and then to ask Krishna for help. Therefore, Queen Kunti prays. If you haven't already, the Queen Kunti's prayers are so powerful. She prays, Vipada Shantuta Sashvat Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru Bhavato Darshanam Yatsyad Apurna Bhava Darshanam. She says, I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths. If anyone is familiar with the Mahabharata, they will know the calamities and the atrocities that the Pandavas went through. They tried to poison the Pandavas. They tried to burn the Pandavas alive. They tried to disrobe Draupadi. So many times they tried to kill them. Even when they were in exile, so many wrongdoings were happening. But Queen Kunti is praying that may these calamities come again and again and again, because in those calamities, I prayed for you again and again and again. And seeing you means that I will no longer see these repeated births and deaths. So this world is a certified place of miseries. Krishna says, Dukhalayam ashashvatam, that this place is a place of miseries. And so most people, what they try and do, they adjust themselves to those calamities. They try and improve their situation. Nowadays people are making these underground bunkers to kind of hide themselves if there's some kind of global, I don't know, like this atomic war or whatever. Or they just try and improve their situation, but they're not accepting the nature that this is the material world. It's a place of miseries. Don't try and improve your situation. Even if you improve your prison cell, you're still in prison. So rather than kind of trying to improve our situation or kind of seeing that suffering, blaming God for that suffering, we should use that suffering as an opportunity to turn to Krishna more and more. And so we should also take darshan of what's going on in this world. If I told you you should go and take darshan, you might think, okay, yes, let's go to the temple and take darshan of Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda. And that's definitely a darshan you should be having. But simultaneously, Krishna talks to us and says there's another darshan that you should be having. He says in the Bhagavad Gita, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukha Darshana Darshanam. Dukha Dosha Nudarshanam. He says that the yogi, a spiritualist, they should also be having another kind of darshan, which is Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, that this place is a place of birth, death, old age and disease, and these four things are unavoidable and they're coming for everyone. And so we should be very, very in tune with this kind of thing. And it's a sign of spiritual maturity that we remember that death is coming. The Stoics, they used to say, memento mori, which means remember you will die. So in that way, we should also constantly remember that this place is dukhalayam shashvatam, that janma mrityu jara vyadi, that this place is full of birth, death, old age, disease, and that we can't avoid this. It's a place of misery. So rather than blaming God, we should try and call for God and ask Him to kind of bring us back home. So those were a few points I wanted to say. Maybe we have some time for questions and some comments from the other devotees. Ram Rup Prabhu is here, one senior devotee. So, Hare Krishna. Rasananda Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu, I have a question. During your class, you spoke about, responsibility. Also, that you asked this question, right? Like, if Lord destroys, then who's responsible? Or is he accountable for that destruction? So, but we read pretty much everywhere that he's not only the ultimate cause, but also the efficient cause. That he is the one who creates, maintains, and destroys. So how do we understand this? Because it kind of like sounds like a contradiction between him being, the cause of that destruction, but also therefore how do we understand?
Maybe some other senior devotees, David Prabhu, maybe. You didn't hear the question. So Rasananda Prabhu is saying that in the Bhagavatam, in many of the literatures, is saying that Krishna is the cause of all causes. So when we hear that this creation, this maintenance, this annihilation is happening, but how can we understand this? That Krishna he's neutral, he's impartial, but at the same time he's the cause of all causes. So then, how is it not that we blame him? Therefore. Yeah.
Does that mean that we are God because we created this material world?
Does that mean that we're God because we created this material world? No, Krishna is merciful. If we have a desire, like in the Bhagavatam, Krishna gives all this knowledge, and then he says to Arjuna, "Now do as you wish." So he's given us all this knowledge. He's given us safe sanctuary as well. But we desired something that was separate to him. But Krishna is merciful. If he will fulfill your desires. So if you have a desire to enjoy separate to him, then he will fulfill that and create a material world for you to enjoy. But just know that this material manifestation is dukhalayam ashashvatam. So yes, Krishna is the cause of all causes, but he's also merciful. He's allowing us to be engaged according to our desires. Yes, Prabhu.
So you make the point that because we know, therefore that we should take responsibility.
Yeah.
The whole point of this was that we are forgetful and we are in ignorance. It's like if you have a child and the child doesn't know what they're doing, are they accountable for whatever mistake they do? So I said within the law that up until a certain age you cannot actually be accountable for whatever crime you commit. So also there's an example of that. So how do we know that how can we even access that knowledge and so we still have to suffer until we get that knowledge basically.
Until you become accountable.
Yes.
So it's explained that there's 5 types of atheists. There's a default atheist because they weren't taught about God or they weren't raised in a spiritual environment, therefore they don't know anything about God, and therefore they're naturally just an atheist. And so they just accept this absence of spiritual phenomena, and that justifies their kind of lethargy and ignorance in pursuing spirituality and God. Then there's philosophical atheists. What they do is they profess that belief in God is intellectually immature and that is philosophically naive. And so what they do is that's why they come up with these theories of Big Bang and stuff. So what they do is they raise themselves to the level of God because they're creating now these theories. Then I mentioned we have emotional atheists, that because they suffer, they turn away from God and they develop an atheism from that they see that how can such a cruel God create so much suffering, and then they emotionally disconnect. And then there's covered atheists, which what they do is, if we have God and living entities, what they do is they bring God to the level of the living entities. They say that everything is oneness, everything is God, everything is Krishna. We're all the same level. And so in that way they negate the differentiation between God and living entities. So that's also a level of atheism. But there's another type of atheism, which is psychological atheism, which devotees fall into. And psychological atheists, they profess their belief in God. They know that there's a God, or that at least they believe that there's a God, and maybe they're pursuing a path where they want to learn about God, but they repeatedly demonstrate an inability to practically live in His presence. What they do is they kind of constantly negate His presence in their lives. And so, I lost track where I was going. Can you repeat?
So the question is that if we are in ignorance, basically, how can we be accountable for,
Yeah, okay, there you go. So, there we go, okay, I found my track again. So devotees, we can't keep saying that we're ignorant, right? We're now accountable. We've been given Bhagavad Gita, we've been given Srimad Bhagavatam. Now it's in our hands to develop that knowledge and find that path. And so we can take responsibility for our actions. But then there's those that they don't have access, like I mentioned, the default atheists. Then for that we say that's why we have to preach. That's why we go on Sankirtan. That's why we go out every day. The Sankirtan team right now in South End on Sea, and they're distributing books because they're trying to reveal that knowledge to all the public, so that they can also become accountable. That they know, that this place is a place of miseries, and I'm suffering here due to all my past karmas. I'm suffering here because of my mind, and let's get out of here. Maybe that answers the question some more.
Yes, quite.
Okay. You want to continue?
I had another angle to this, because we say that we are in this material world because we want to enjoy, right? So the Lord creates this material world for this our enjoyment.
Right.
But at the same time, like you said, he says in Bhagavad Gita that the world is full of suffering. So how are we going to enjoy a world that is ultimately full of suffering? If he creates for enjoyment and it's full of suffering. How does that work? And also, couple that with another question, is that we also hear that because the Lord has a particular desire, propensity to fight, then he also come in the material world in order to enact his pastimes and fight against demons. So part of it is that there's a desire for the Lord to also kind of like be in the material world. So is it that the entire responsibility is on the jiva, or?
Maybe Ram Rupa can shed some light.
So when Krishna creates the material world, is because we want to separately enjoy from Him, and because we want to separately enjoy from Him, He covers our intelligence, and then He creates this beautiful place for us to enjoy. Yeah. But it's actually a prison house, right? so many devotees have come to Krishna consciousness because they were looking for something else, some higher cause. And that's why Prabhupada, when he went to preach in the West, where did he go? Where people were suffering. They were all suffering. They didn't have any direction where they wanted to go. They didn't have any knowledge. But he went there and simply gave the simple stuff. Just chant Hare Krishna. So he gives them the knowledge. So like that, you mentioned, we go on Sankirtan. We give this knowledge out to those who are suffering. And once they take it and apply it, then when they get taste in devotional service, then they become happy. Until then, you can keep on blaming Krishna. He has created this place for us to enjoy independently. But how much are we independent? We are born, even to walk as a child, you can't eat on your own. You're dependent on the mother to feed you. You're dependent on everyone, basically. And as you grow older, you want to go to school, get education, you're still dependent on your father to pay your school fees. And then you start working, and then you get a girlfriend, you're still dependent on some relationship. Then you get married, you're dependent till you're dead. But we are in ignorance that we are independent. So Krishna tries to teach us, but those who are smart can learn.
So you mean to say that actually this place, and also even you may say that the suffering is actually an act of mercy.
Yeah, for us to understand that we are not meant for this place.
So if our suffering is also an act of mercy from God, therefore our suffering is caused by God. Because
whether it's a suffering or enjoyment, ultimately it is your karma, whatever you did. If you did good, you enjoy its good. If you did bad, you suffer. So now what Bhagavad Gita says, as I understand, expect nothing, do your karma, and you certainly get better. If you do bad, you get bad. If you do good, you get good. So suffering is all what we do. In the material world, we always look after where I can get better, what I do. So that's a plus and minus of this one. So God ultimately probably just shows you path, and God is always all around us. Everybody is called what we do good, what we do bad. That's what he defines. But I think, as I understand, it's more of our karma, what you do good and what you do bad. I think that's a suffering or that's a enjoyment. That's my simple answer. What do you think?
Jay, I think we'll end it there. We'll have got David Prabhu. Jay, thank you for this discussion. I like giving the questions to other devotees because I get to speak less, and then we can end this quicker. But just to end, it's good that we discuss these things. It's important that we discuss the important topics in life. There's a great quote by Charles Bukowski. He says, "People are strange. They are constantly angered by trivial things. But on major matters like totally wasting their lives, they hardly seem to notice." So these Bhagavad Gita class, these Srimad Bhagavatam classes are for us to notice the big things. We need to think about all these big topics and discuss them and churn them, and then Krishna will ultimately, but when he sees our endeavor, he will deepen our realization. He will bestow that mercy upon us as well. So when the best place to do that at the Bhaktivedanta Manor. If you don't already have one, to everyone, please pick up a Bhagavad Gita and start reading in your own time. There's also Bhagavad Gita reading guides, and then please keep coming to the Bhagavad Gita classes. Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Shri Shri Radha Gokul Nand ki, Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Gauranitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, ki Jayo Jayo Gaura Chandra, Arati ka Shobha.
चन्द्रजिने वदन उज्ज्वला पदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चाता देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता